Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. A very bittersweet day because we're almost at the end of my Beatles journey, right? If you've been following the channel for a while, you understand kind of where I come from and which album I started with, right? But if you're new to the channel, I'm going to give you the quick rundown. So I started off with Abbey Road. Obviously a very tremendous album that I even bought the vinyl, and then from then on I was like, alright, we gotta do the discography deep dive, right? Because the only reason why I listened to Abbey Road was because I knew the Beatles name was very popular. Like, I've always heard their name but never really did the deep dive myself. And then starting this YouTube channel, everybody was like, alright, you gotta react to that album. So I eventually did it, and my life has changed ever since, right? And then we started off from the very beginning, Please Please Me, all the way up to today, which we're gonna be reacting to the Beatles' Yellow Submarine. And it's pretty sad because we're almost at the end. The only album we have to do after this one is Let It Be. What can I say about the Beatles that I haven't said already? These intros have been very repetitive, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. Thank you all for joining this journey. I am gonna make a video after finishing the discography. 2 videos actually. The first one's gonna be like my experience reacting to the Beatles and what I've learned and how it's kind of affected me personally in a good way and maybe in some kind of bad way. I'll describe everything in that video, right? And then the second video is me ranking their albums. And you got to keep in mind, this is my personal taste. I don't have the nostalgia that y'all have. I mean, obviously some albums touch me more than others. Some albums I have more of a personal connection with. I do plan to get another vinyl. I'm not going to spoil which one it is yet, but we still got to listen to 2 more before I even consider buying that one. But with all that said, y'all know the drill. If you enjoy the content, please consider signing up to the Patreon. The sole reason why I'm able to continue to make content, but honestly just you being here really means a lot to me. Now, with all that said, without further ado, let's get into the reaction. Alright, track 2 is Only a Northern Song. Oh. Start all over.
Listening to this song, you may think the chords are going wrong, but they're not. He just wrote it like that.
Okay, oh, whoa.
When you're listening late at night, you may think the band are not quite right, but they are.
Yo,
They just play it like that.
what's going on? But it works though.
It doesn't really matter what chords I play, what words I say, or time of day it is, as it's only a northern song.
Whoa. My mind is fried right now.
It doesn't really matter what clothes I wear or how I fare.
The only thing keeping me steady is the drums right now.
My hair is brown, well, it's only a northern song. If you think the harmony is a little dark and out of key,
Yeah.
you're correct.
This
There's
guy's crazy.
nobody there. And I told you there's no one there.
Now this is something. This song was all over the place to me. The only thing that kept me steady for that song was the drums. That's what was allowing me to like nod my head to. It was very experimental. Like there was so much going on. Even the horns. It was very unconventional too. And I know I say experimental and people try to correct me in the comments, which rightfully so, because I don't really do a good job of explaining my thought. But I also got to keep in mind that this came out at a time period where their experimental was brand new. So they were trying stuff, but they were trying stuff without a backbone to come off of, if you get what I'm saying. So originality is what I'm saying. They're coming up, they're being experimental with originality rather than just having, you know, if I look at this phone and I create another phone, but this is like my inspiration, their inspiration and their experimental is just like, nah, they're them. They create something very unique, right? But yeah, there was something about that song that I couldn't really pick up on. I feel like I need to do more research on that one. But it seems like they were breaking the fourth wall and kind of talking to you directly. Like if you think the song is out of key, this and that, it doesn't matter what chords I play. It doesn't seem like they're taking a shot at the listener, but they probably might be. I'm not really sure. Because you know how there's some artists that say they don't care about the words, they just care about the sound. And it don't matter what people dance to as long as it's danceable. There's some artists that say that. And I'm not sure if that was kind of like their take with this song. Or maybe they were just, I don't know. There's definitely something behind that. But it was very experimental and unconventional. That one will take me a few more listens to get used to. Like, honestly speaking. Because I was just so caught off guard. But now moving on to the next track. Which is track 3, All Together Now.
F-G-H-I-J, I love you. Boom, 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 boom. Sail the ship. Boom, boom, boom. Chop the tree. Boom, boom, boom. Skip the rope. Boom, boom, boom. Look at me. All together now. All together.
Yeah, I knew it was gonna be like a sing along too. Okay. It's like they're around a campfire. And a harmonica.
Sail the ship.
Boom, boom, boom.
Chop the tree. Skip the rope. Look at me.
Together now. All together now. Hey. Sped it up too. Yeah, I knew off like the title track All Together Now, it had to be like a sing-along type song. Like everybody, let's sing along together, you know? It kind of felt like you're sitting around a campfire and everybody's singing along. But at the same time with the submarine theme, they did have some lyrics in there that was, you know, fitting that side of things. All Together Now, more of like a very fun song. Semi-childlike, kind of like the Yellow Submarine, the first track, where it's just fun and no worries in the world at the point. But very upbeat sing-along type song. The melody was pretty simple, but still really great. It kind of sounded like you're in the audience singing with them, and all together now, dun, ba-dun, da-dun. And then even the background vocals, the ad libs were really nice. I forgot it off the top of my head, but it's like bum 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 bum, something like that, right? You get what I'm saying. Nothing too crazy or experimental with that one, but definitely fun. Like I could feel like right now it's 90 degrees at the time I'm recording this. It's really hot outside. This is definitely some great summer music just to have playing along in the background and just having fun outside. And yeah, track 4 now, which is Hey Bulldog. Oh my god. Is that the bass? Oh wow. That's crazy. Nice. Dun, dun. Down, 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 down. Oh yeah, this is good. This is really great. I imagine them having this song in their first album. That's what kind of the vocal performance brings me back to.
What do you say? You don't anymore.
Okay. God. I want to know what that studio session was like, man. I'm not. That one really took me back to like their first 2 or 3 albums. That just kind of that energy they had for that song. I've said this over and over again. The raw vocal delivery, those kind of performances, really, I just really connect with a lot. I just do. And so having just them deliver, having that performance like that, again, reminded me of like the earlier part of their career where you got that youthful energy, right? Now, Hey Bulldog, it was very witty, the playful conversation, the confidence in that one, it was really funny to listen to. So you had a good laugh, but also it's a really good song, like really good. Heavy piano driven, some rock kind of fused into it, but man, some of those riffs on there, I'm butchering it right now, but as soon as I heard like the instrumentation introduce it layer by layer, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be my favorite one so far. Still very early. I do this all the time during my Beatles reaction. I'm like, this is my favorite one, and then 2 songs later, oh no, this is my favorite one. But yeah, Hey Bulldog was a very fun track to listen to. So far, my favorite out of the ones we've heard so far. Okay, track 5, It's All Too Much. Damn. You here for the Beatles party? Let me see you on the dance floor. Everybody, there you go.
It's all too much.
This reminds me of the Revolver album. Oh, wow. Damn. What is that? Their use of horns has been pretty amazing, man. That is... percussion on here. Amazing. Very psychedelic, but also party sounding, like very tiny bit. This song feels like it's never gonna end. It's the cool part. That was a lot. Too much, even for the fade out. That was a very interesting song. That was very interesting. I mean, I got to also as I was listening to that song, I was thinking about like their careers and their entirety so far. Since now I have a big framework to work upon. Though their use of horns as the careers progress, amazing. Like usually, sometimes horns can be very distracting depending on what kind of music you're used to listening to. But when it comes to them, it's more of a psychedelic jam session is what I would be with that song. I mean, you got like the guitars, the organ, all these like dense effects that just really help with this kind of, I don't know, this like sensory overload. I don't know how to explain it, but when it comes to that song right there, that was very, it was very psychedelic, but also had like this fun vibe to it, which is putting those two together can be very hard to do. Like just thinking about it, like how would you kind of create that feeling? But they just did it with the ease on that track. And even as the song progressed, I was like, man, I have a feeling this song would never end. Like this is gonna be like in the song that never ends and is continuously going on. But I don't mind it. I don't know. I just felt like I wasn't even here. I was in the music and whatever time period was I was present in. That's what I was present in. That makes no sense at all. But it's all too much. That was pretty good. That was really really good. Now moving on to the next track, which is track 6. All You Need Is Love.
Nothing you can do that can't be done. Nothing you can sing that can't be sung.
Those harmonies, man.
Nothing you can say, but you can learn how to play the game. It's easy. Nothing you can make that can't be made.
I love this song.
No one you can save that can't be saved. Nothing you can do, but you can learn how to be you in time. It's easy. All you need is love.
Oh
All
yeah,
you need is
I love this song.
love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need.
This is crazy.
All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. Nothing you can know that isn't known.
I want to sing around to the backgrounds, but man,
Nothing you can see that isn't shown. There's no way you can be that isn't where you're meant to be. It's easy. All you need is love.
everybody sing along.
All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need.
This is for the couple's 10+ years of marriage.
All you need is love. All together. All you need is love. Everybody.
Yeah.
All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need.
If we got any lovebirds in the building, let me hear you.
Love is all you need.
Yeah, that is amazing.
Love is all you need. 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 Love is all
Oh
you
yeah.
need. Love is all you need.
I like when they do this.
Love is all you need.
They make it seem like you're performing it live.
Love is all you need. Love is all you need. Love is all you need.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites. This is an amazing song. The use of instrumentation and having it have this live band aspect to it, phenomenal. It reminded me a little bit of Sergeant Pepper's again, just because of the live band aspect, and Sergeant Pepper's had a lot of that. So it kind of feels like some of these songs, like some of them remind me of Revolver, and then some of them remind me of Sergeant Pepper's, which phenomenal album. So like I'm not complaining at all. But All You Need Is Love, that was amazing. That was for couples who have been together for years. That was crazy. That was an amazing song. A song about love, literally just love, right? And the way they did it with like an orchestral like feel to it and a sing along feel, having those strings and yeah, that was just really nice, man. Even the chorus was probably something. Yeah, that was. I have nothing to say about that song other than it was perfect. That was a really great song. That was a really great one. Shout out to everybody who's married. Shout out to everybody who's single too, and you might have somebody, but you know it's too early right now. I don't know. I'm just saying stupid stuff right now. Track 7 is Pepperland. I just read the cover. It says nothing's real. It got very classical. Oh, okay. It's the soundtrack to the animated film of the same name. Yeah, okay. It's beautiful music too. Yeah, that sounds like some opening or ending music for a film, right? It gave me that feel, which is why I did a quick like research real quick. It says it's for the animated film of the same name. It's an animated musical film. So I didn't know they were into animated films. And then just having that, classical sense to it was like really nice. I feel like as I've gotten older, I've been learning to appreciate music like this more so, the classical side of things. When I was younger, I didn't want to hear none of that, the classical stuff. But just learning instruments and just kind of getting into music in a deeper sense rather than just casually listening, I've been able to expand a lot more. So yeah, that was so I'm assuming track 7 all the way to 13 has to do with the film just because George Martin right here. Okay, I'm gonna let it rock to track 8, which is Sea of Time. That sound is like going left to right really gets you lost into the music. See, now I can't help but to picture like possible movie scenes, even though I have no background as to what the movie's about. I put my director hat on. Sounds like a winter wonderland, even though it says Sea of Time. You know, listening to this, so there's no lyrics, so the focal point is the instrumentation. Listening to this, I'm thinking about kind of all the different things they use, all the different instruments, and how they kind of come together to kind of create this feeling. And it feels like the scene is moving along as you get towards the end of it. So it would be nice to see this film, honestly, and see kind of how this kind of connects and where this fits in the film. I probably should have done some research beforehand and listened to, or at least watch some of the film to kind of get a good understanding. But at the same time, how can you do a first reaction to something you already listened to, right? So we'll see where this goes. Track 9, Sea of Holes. I tell you what, I almost bought a piano the other day. Because I've been seeing other artists play piano and listening to the Beatles, they make me want to play every instrument. So hearing some of this and the possible future, pretty exciting. Like, this is very suspenseful. This got to be in the climactic part of the movie, right? Yeah, I picture something very suspenseful going on. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how to react to any of this so far. I know this is gonna be, so I'm assuming the rest of these songs don't have no lyrics and it's just gonna be instrumentals. So the way I'm listening to this is kind of picking apart and trying to, you know, see which instruments are doing which, just because I don't know, that's kind of where my brain works. But it's also crazy to even think that if you really think about every single instrument and the way they produce sound, the way they do, that is crazy in itself. We can get into a deep dive and I can give you like my brain just spew a bunch of thoughts. I'm gonna save everybody that for this video. I'm not gonna do that, but that's what I'm thinking about as I'm listening to this, in case, you know, you're wondering. But yeah, I really don't know what to say after these songs, but I'm gonna keep letting it rock just because I know some people want me to listen to the full entire thing. Some people might just skip the rest of the video or just exit out the video. That's totally fine too. But for those who want me to listen to the rest, I will. But track 10 is Sea of Monsters. Like, that's very wow, 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 wow. And looking at the cover art, looking at their outfits too is funny. Sounds like Christmas right now. Doing some research. This sounds familiar, actually. Was this used in other like commercials and other films as well? Or are these just other songs that they're covering? I guess, oh wow. What the? Isn't it crazy how you can just take this and picture different scenes in your own head? Kind of like Tom and Jerry, you know what I'm saying? Where not too much talking, but a lot of action, and the music kind of aids it. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I swear that sounded familiar towards the middle. Maybe it's because of that whimsical feel. I don't know. It kind of sounded familiar. Maybe I've heard it in other commercials or maybe other shows where they might have used the same song. But yeah, that had some very dramatic and darker kind of tones to it for the most part. You know what's really crazy that kind of just popped in my head? I've been learning a lot about John Lennon recently. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know about his passing. That I barely found out about that about 2 or 3 weeks ago, to be real with you. Nobody in the comments said anything about his passing. It was just always positive stuff, right? That's a very sad thing. The comments have always been all positive. This band is this. This band is awesome. The genius behind the band. And then I think some of the pop artists that I've been covering on this channel, and I've been finding out the Beatles are embedded in current music today, especially. So my background is hip hop and rap music. This whole channel is me diving into other realms that I'm not familiar with and just giving my honest opinion. So although I cover some pop artists, or a good handful, just because I make a video on them doesn't mean I automatically love them or the album. It's just people tell me to listen to it, I give my thoughts. But I do find some artists where even if I don't like their music, they'll have some things where I do like every once in a while. Now, one who caught me by surprise was, y'all gonna hate this name. I know y'all. The comments, I'm not even gonna say it because I know you're gonna hate the person. But that artist mentions John Lennon a lot as inspiration, and then the peace sign and all that. So I was like learning, connecting dots. I'm like, oh wow. So I've just been learning about John Lennon a lot the last week. But now moving on to the next track, which is March of the Meanies. Like, you hear all these different sounds. Like, I'm more so interested in the composition of it, like the creation, I should say. This track reminded me of something. Are they fighting like an evil villain right now? That's my guess for this song. Sounds like we're in the thick of trouble right now. That was interesting. These are all interesting to me. And I say that because I want to dive into more instruments. So in a personal sense, I'm listening to this with a different kind of ear than I would normally do, right? March of Meanies had a very ominous tone to that song. I'm assuming they're in the thick of trouble right now. I don't know if there's a villain in that movie and they're facing the villain, not really sure what's going on. Or maybe the villain is doing something. That's kind of like the feel I get from it. I started laughing in the middle of that song because I have my guitars, right, and I also have like this portable amp that allows me just to play my guitar anywhere. And so I was just downstairs with it, and this girl I was dating at the time, she had dropped her ice cream, and with my guitar I did wah, 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 you know what I'm saying? Like I did that, and so listening to this and how you can create like you can come up with a scene just based off the music, and it made me think about when I did the wah, 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 with my guitar just on the spot. But that's just what I thought. Nobody really cares, but it's all good. Track 12 is Pepperland Laid Waste. Or did we already listen to this song? Oh no. I always kind of got like a special place in my heart for wind instruments. When I was in high school, they required us to take 1 year of band class, and I got to choose between any wind instrument. I chose a flute because I didn't want to carry a big instrument all around everywhere and have a big book bag, and that was the smallest one. And I honestly was pretty good at it. I haven't picked up a flute since then, but I can still play off of muscle memory. Like I can picture, I know the chords still. Okay, Pepperland, Laid Waste. I gotta think about where they came from. So Laid Waste. That doesn't sound good. I know a lot of people are mad at me for talking during the track, but what do you want me to do? I haven't seen the movie. Like I'm just kind of coming up with stuff. So if you hate me, I hate you too. But we can still hug it out. Pepperland, Laid Waste. That sounded kind of like, I don't know, like they got some confrontation with the villain or whatever the thick of trouble they're in, and there's some sort of like consequence to dealing with that, and they kind of it's gotten into like this very lost feeling. Lost meaning not they're directionally lost, but lost is in they lost something. You get what I'm saying? I'm just kind of coming up with stuff, like just listening to this and kind of coming up with stuff. So I'm sorry if this all sucks. But now moving on to the last track, which is Yellow Submarine and Pepperland. Yellow Submarine, Yellow Submarine. Yellow Submarine, Yellow Submarine. So I think they came out pretty okay then. Some resolution. I'm gonna guess and say that the characters are in a yellow submarine leaving, and it's like a wide shot. So there's the water, there's a submarine going this way, but the shot is from over here. And maybe a sunset. Yellow submarine. Yo, it would be crazy if I'm right about that shot. Like the submarine's going that way. Sunset right there. The shot is from over here, far away, from above. Okay, yeah, I already explained what I kind of think about that track, of what I picture as the scene, but it definitely seems like something happened, like some triumph, some sort of resolution. But it was also a play on the Yellow Submarine track 1, which is really cool. This is a very different album and very unique in the sense that half the songs were essentially for an animated film, and I didn't know that coming into this, but I did some research during. But in regards to the track 1 through 6, Yellow Submarine, Sing Along, All Together Now was a single. Like these songs kind of sound like a composition of Revolver, Sgt. Pepper's, and I think those are the two that I get the most. Maybe the tiniest bit of White Album, but maybe that's just me because I just recently heard it and I really love that album. So I don't know, maybe that could be it. So I wouldn't say this is their most experimental album, just more so in the Beatles realm of music of what we have already heard. And not to be taken too serious as well, because majority of this album is for a film, right? But the ones that we can judge it based off seems like extensions of the previous works, kind of like Magic Mystery Tour as well in there, if you want to throw that in there. So eras, and I wouldn't say it's like an artistic statement kind of album like they've been doing, more so an extension of those projects, which I'm not mad at because those albums are pretty good, like really good. So anything that's an extension of anything Beatles, you can't, there's no, I mean, it's good. So the extension of good is good. I don't know what else to say. So I think some of my favorite songs on here were All Together Now, Hey Bulldog, and All You Need Is Love. That's my top three. I do really like Yellow Submarine though, because it's very sing-along-ish. Yellow Submarine. You know what? Let's play a little bit of it just real quick.
In the town where I was born,
let's go to the hook.
Who sailed to sea.
Everybody in the Yellow Submarine. Yellow Submarine.
Yellow Submarine.
Everybody.
We all live in a yellow submarine.
Yellow Submarine. Even that drum is very steady. Okay. I really like. Okay, Yellow Submarine is one of those. But All You Need Is Love is my favorite one. It's got to be. Let's go to the hook for this one too. Da, 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 da. Yeah, there's some pretty good tracks in here, man. Some pretty good ones, given that it's for an animated film. This one definitely sounds like the most mature one. This Beatles party coming to an end. Everybody make it home safely. Don't forget to sit the bartender tonight. Shout out to Candace for the drinks. You know what they say, you ain't gotta go home, but you know you can't stay. It's those harmonies. Okay, I'm dragging this video too much. Okay, so I'm dragging the video too much. I'm joking around now. All You Need Is Love, amazing track. I think that's one of the most mature ones. Hey Bulldog definitely reminds me of that youthful energy. But All Together Now, another sing-along song, but still really good. Like you can't, it's all too much. It's pretty solid too. You know, I like this album, right? Am I gonna listen to track 7 through 13, the animated stuff? Probably not, unless I get into some other instruments. Like again, I want to play piano one day, and this is definitely one of those focused on instrument. Those tracks are focused on instrumentation. So it'd be when it comes to kind of creating maybe unique pieces of music, and you want to learn how to kind of create a suspenseful feeling or create this type of feeling. This would be a good reference point of, okay, this is doing this and it makes me think of that. So maybe if I was doing that, which I do kind of plan to do in the future if I have the time and the money to do so, which everything I do in life right now is trying to get me to do that. But that would be the next time I would listen to those tracks. But in terms of 1 through 6, yeah, I'm definitely gonna listen to these. They're the Beatles, man. But anyways, that's all I really got for y'all. We got one more album, which is Let It Be. Pretty sad times, man. Pretty sad times. Bittersweet, because the good side is I discovered the Beatles and they got good music, or great music, I should say. The sad thing is all great things come to an end, unfortunately, man. But anyways, let me know in the comments your favorite Beatles album. I'm very curious to know. Until next time, catch you on the next one.